Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a trip down to the south coast of England to check out a truly iconic spot. We are talking about the Bournemouth International Centre, or as most folks call it, the BIC. But we aren't just here to talk about the massive concerts or the huge conferences they host. Instead, we are focusing entirely on how the BIC operates as an inclusive, highly accessible destination for all event-goers. Look, whether you have specific mobility requirements, sensory needs, or a hidden disability, navigating a giant venue can feel a little overwhelming, right? So today, we're going to break down exactly how this venue supports its guests so you can plan your next visit with absolute confidence.
Okay, let's dive into this. The guiding philosophy that drives everything we're about to explore today is actually pretty simple. We want everyone to enjoy their time with us. It sounds simple enough, but making that a reality in a multi-purpose venue that pulls in over 300,000 visitors a year, that takes some serious planning, infrastructure, and dedication. As we'll see, this isn't just some corporate slogan, it's the foundational principle that dictates their physical layout, their staff training, and even their digital accessibility features. When you walk into a massive space like Windsor Hall, which boasts a standing capacity of 6,200 people, you instantly feel its incredible scale. I mean, it literally has the largest tensile grid in Europe hanging right above the stage. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Visiting a venue of this immense size can definitely feel a bit daunting, especially if you have specific access needs. The crowds, the noise, the sheer footprint of the building, it's a lot to take in. But that's exactly why understanding their specific, targeted accessibility solutions is so empowering. It completely takes the guesswork out of your evening, making the whole experience smooth, predictable, and totally stress-free. To keep things crystal clear, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Joining the access scheme, 2. Travel and parking, 3. Arriving at the venue, and 4. Seating and in-venue facilities.
All right, Section 1, Joining the Access Scheme. This is absolutely the crucial first step to unlocking a streamlined, tailored booking experience. The whole purpose of this scheme is to help the venue provide you with the absolute best possible service and seating. To get on it, you just need to provide some standard documentation. Eligibility includes things like being in receipt of PIP, DLA, attendance allowance, a certificate of visual impairment, or an access card. But what I really love about this is that if you have a hidden disability, you are absolutely included too. You just need to provide a brief overview of your condition. And hey, if you have a different form of documentation that isn't listed, you can simply email their team for a review. They are super accommodating. Let's move on and see how this builds, because getting sorted is basically a simple 3-step checklist. Step 1, head to their website and create a standard online My Account. Step 2, email your name, address, and that proof of eligibility we just talked about straight over to access@bhlive.org.uk. Step 3, once your account is registered, you just log in and book your seats online. And here is a fantastic perk. If it's available for your event, one of your selected tickets will automatically be discounted to a complimentary personal assistant ticket right at checkout. It's a wonderfully seamless digital experience. Moving right along to Section 2, Travel and Parking, let's figure out exactly how you'll get there and where to leave your vehicle to eliminate any pre-show anxiety. We've broken down the 3 main modes of transport for you right here. If you're driving, the BIC actually has its own cashless, multi-story car park with 644 spaces right on site. If you're taking the bus, look how incredibly convenient this is. The Bournemouth Pier bus stop is literally an 82-meter walk away. That's practically closer than a trip to the fridge during a commercial break. Plus, there are several other stops very close by. And if you're arriving by train, Bournemouth train station is about 1.3 miles away, which is roughly a 28-minute walk or a very quick taxi ride right to the front doors. And this brilliantly illustrates the venue's commitment to physical infrastructure. That number, 35, represents the exact number of accessible parking spaces specifically reserved in their attached multi-story car park. These are wider accessible bays and they're spread across levels 1, 2, and 3. So what does that mean for you? It means you have a highly reliable chance of securing a spot that actually gives you the room you need to get in and out of your vehicle comfortably. Now, I want to give you some absolutely crucial practical measurements because if you drive a modified or higher vehicle or if you use a wider wheelchair, this is the exact info you need. The car park has a strict height restriction of 6 feet 6 inches, or exactly 2 meters. You're going to see a fixed yellow barrier indicating this at the entrance. On top of that, to get from the car park to the foyer, there is step-free lift access, and the doors to those lifts are 80 centimeters wide. Having this data up front lets you plan your route without running into any unexpected physical barriers when you arrive. Section 3, Arriving at the Venue. Let's walk from the pavement on Exeter Road right up to the front doors. So there's a pretty big difference between standard entry and assisted entry. Standard entry involves navigating the main doors, going through a standard security search, and yes, sometimes dealing with quite long queues. But if queuing is difficult for you due to a disability, you have the assisted entry option. First off, there are power-assisted doors located on the far left. Inside, there's a dedicated accessible search lane. And perhaps most importantly, if you shoot the access team an email beforehand, they can actually help you skip those difficult long queues entirely. Just a quick heads up, this doesn't mean early access to the main arena hall itself, but it absolutely gets you safely and comfortably into the foyer.
Section 4. Seating and in-venue facilities. You're inside. Now let's get you comfortable and find your spot. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer variety of seating types, designed for completely different sensory and mobility needs. They don't just lump everyone into one generic accessible area. For wheelchair users, there are a minimum of 10 bays up in the upper balcony, plus at least 6 spaces down in the lower parts of the hall, either on a platform for standing gigs or in row A for seated events. For visually impaired customers, they reserve 6 dedicated seats right on the flat floor in row B. Standard wheelchair bays are a really generous 1 meter by 1 meter, and if you happen to need a larger conventional seat, they have 750mm options available on request. It's incredibly tailored. Let's do a rapid rundown of the hygiene and food facilities. You'll find 7 accessible toilets spread across all floors of the venue, all featuring 80cm door widths. Crucially, down on the ground floor near doors 3 and 4, there's a fully equipped changing places facility. This is significantly larger than a standard accessible toilet, and it even includes a hoist. Just remember that you do need to bring your own sling. And when it's time to grab a drink or a snack, you'll be happy to know that step-free, ramped access extends to all the foyers, bars, and merchandise counters, with lowered serving counters available at specific bars. For attendees with hearing impairments, the BIC uses this brilliant piece of tech. Rather than handing out clunky, outdated headsets, they use a slick Wi-Fi-based system. Here is exactly how you set it up. First, just download the Sennheiser Mobile Connect app to your smartphone before you even leave the house. Second, when you arrive at the venue, join their dedicated Wi-Fi network. Third, open up the app, select the hall you're sitting in, and it will stream crystal clear audio directly into your Bluetooth-enabled hearing aid or your own personal headphones. It's totally discreet, high quality, and puts you in complete control of your audio experience. So the crucial point here is that the BIC deeply understands that not all disabilities are visible. They are huge, proactive supporters of the Sunflower Lanyard scheme. If you or a loved one wears a Sunflower Lanyard, you can rest assured that every single member of the BIC staff is fully trained to recognize it immediately, they know it signifies a hidden disability, and they're trained to proactively offer patience, understanding, and whatever appropriate support you might need without you having to constantly explain your situation to every new person you meet. Continuing with health and safety, I want to completely reassure you that your physical well-being is heavily prioritized here. There are trained first aiders and paramedics on duty for all concerts, and a dedicated first aid room is easily located right on the ground floor. If you ever feel overwhelmed and just need a quick break from the crowds, all you have to do is ask a staff member. They are more than happy to locate a quieter respite space for you. Finally, if you need to bring in vital medical equipment or specific food to manage a condition, just email them in advance. They'll clear it with security ahead of time so you can walk right in completely hassle-free. And honestly, this is what it's all about. All of this detailed logistical planning, learning all the ramp measurements, setting up the apps, sending the emails, it all leads to this incredible payoff. It ensures that regardless of your physical or sensory needs, you get to sit back, relax, and safely enjoy some world-class live entertainment, exactly like everyone else. And really, that is the true value of an accessible venue. We have definitely covered a lot of ground today, but hopefully you now feel completely empowered and ready to plan your next great night out. So, my final question to you is, what amazing event are you planning to attend next? Whether you're gearing up for a massive comedy show, a loud rock concert, or an intricate exhibition, the Bournemouth International Centre is totally ready to welcome you. Drop an email to access@bhlive.org.uk to get your access scheme profile set up and start your journey today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and enjoy the show.